Throughout the 1950s, television was a static fixture in the American living room. It was an impressive piece of engineering, but it remained a technological novelty, a glowing box that delivered a strictly black and white, highly controlled view of the world. Many popular programs easily navigated the turn into the new decade, carrying massive audiences with them. Yet the medium remained studio-bound. Heavy equipment and complex film processing kept cameras indoors, effectively isolating television from the physical world outside. Outside those studios, American society was becoming loud, vibrant, and increasingly turbulent. The rigid, tightly scripted format of the 1950s struggled to capture a culture that was changing by the minute. The solution arrived through a series of hardware updates. Color cathode ray tubes, magnetic videotape, portable field cameras, and orbital satellites replaced the technical constraints of the previous decade. These innovations in the 1960s turned a domestic novelty into a vivid, global window, changing the hardware's function as much as its content. While color technology existed in the 1950s, it expanded into a ubiquitous primetime standard in the early 60s. Networks adopted the technology, and color sets moved from a rare luxury item to the center of showroom floors across the country. To drive adoption, the networks utilized their programming as promotional vehicles for the new hardware. Cultural figures like Walt Disney hosted entire anthology programs specifically designed to showcase the vibrant capabilities of the latest color television sets. The mandate for color forced a rework of television production behind the scenes. Without the forgiving contrast of black and white, studios had to invent new approaches to set design, complex lighting, and vivid costuming to ensure the picture looked striking on millions of new screens. This colorful aesthetic allowed for new approaches in animation. In 1960, the Flintstones claimed a prime-time slot. By adapting the traditional adult sitcom structure to a vibrantly animated world, it proved cartoons could hold the attention of cross-generational audiences. The color revolution demonstrated that television could be an effective tool for vivid escapism. The enhanced picture allowed viewers to immerse themselves in detailed, brightly lit fictional worlds. Away from the sitcom sets, a different piece of hardware was altering the pace of production. Networks began replacing slow film processing with videotape recording, or VTR, a magnetic tape technology that allowed for immediate playback. Videotape granted producers immense operational flexibility. Because they no longer had to wait for film negatives to develop, editors could piece together rapid-fire cuts that were previously impossible to achieve on a television budget. In 1969, researchers and producers used this fast-paced editing technology to tackle educational gaps. They created Sesame Street, a program built around a curriculum designed to build up the self-worth and literacy of minority children. This diagram shows the structural similarities between a standard commercial and a Sesame Street alphabet segment. The creators utilized precise videotape editing to mimic the fast cuts and repetitive audio cues of modern advertising, applying commercial techniques to early childhood academics. Videotape allowed the television set to become a targeted, community-level tool. It gave producers the agility to deliver rigorous educational material directly into the home. While producers were mastering tape in the studio, engineers were shrinking the cameras. The introduction of lighter, portable equipment untethered news crews, allowing them to step out of the studio and into the field. This field agility allowed reporters to capture history as it unfolded. The immediate realities of the civil rights movement and widespread protests were filmed and broadcast directly into the American consciousness. These same portable cameras were deployed alongside troops in the Vietnam War. Combat footage, previously relegated to delayed newsreels in movie theaters, was now captured on the ground and made available to viewers at home shortly after it was filmed. In 1962, broadcasting hardware reached orbit. The launch of the Telstar satellite enabled the first live transatlantic television signals. By utilizing this orbital relay system, broadcasters eliminated physical borders. An event could occur on one continent and be viewed simultaneously by audiences on another. The combination of agile field cameras and live satellite links meant that television no longer stopped at the studio walls. Audiences now faced a shared, live, and often harsh global reality. By the time the world tuned in to watch the Apollo moon landing in 1969, television had evolved into a globally connected platform. The decade established three specific capabilities: vibrant escapism through color, targeted education through tape, and live connection through satellites. These functions established a baseline of media consumption. Audiences expected their screens to entertain, educate, and connect them to the world in real time, expectations we still hold today. The 1960s produced era-defining programming, but the hardware built the grammar for modern media. Those technological innovations created the blueprint for the vast network of interconnected screens we are all still watching.